Hello and welcome to my channel, where we explore the real truths of personal growth. Today we need to talk about a silent problem that is quietly destroying your potential. It is not a lack of talent. It is not a lack of good ideas. It is not even a lack of hard work. The truth is, you probably have plenty of amazing dreams. You have skills that could change your life. You have moments where you feel ready to conquer the world, but then nothing happens. You find yourself in the exact same place month after month. You feel like you are running on a treadmill. You are sweating and exhausted, but you have not moved an inch forward. Why does this happen to so many smart and capable people? It happens because your mind is scattered. Your attention is split into 1,000 tiny pieces. One minute you are excited about a new goal. The next minute you are lost in a sea of phone notifications. One day you feel unstoppable and write down a big plan. The next day you forget all about it because you get caught up in daily drama. You start 5 different projects at once, but you never actually finish any of them. This is where we must talk about the real power of focus. Focus is not just a nice little productivity trick. Focus is a shield. It is the ability to look at 100 distractions and say no. It is the strength to choose one single path and stay on it. When you focus, you stop chasing every shiny object that crosses your path. You stop trying to please everyone. You stop wasting your precious time on things that do not build your future. Focus means training your brain to stay present. It means keeping your mind on your purpose even when the world is screaming for your attention. The rule is very simple. Whatever you give your attention to will start to grow. If you spend your day worrying about your fears will get bigger. If you constantly focus on excuses, your excuses will become your reality. If you only look at your problems, those problems will seem impossible to solve. But if you redirect your mind to learning, your knowledge will expand. If you focus on daily action, your results will show up. Most people do not need more hours in the day. They just need to stop wasting the hours they already have. They need a clear mind, not more motivation. When your mind is clear, your decisions become sharp. When your decisions are sharp, your actions become unstoppable. In this video, we will look at how focus can rebuild your life from the ground up. We will see how it makes you stronger, calmer, and ready to win. Lesson 1. Focus gives your life a clear direction. Let us look at why so many people feel completely lost in their lives. It is not because they lack talent. It is not because they are lazy. The real reason is a total lack of direction. Imagine you are standing on a long road. You are running as fast as you can. You are sweating. Your heart is pounding. You feel exhausted, but you have no idea where you are actually going. You are just running for the sake of running. In the end, you will only collapse from tiredness. You will not reach any real destination. This is exactly what life feels like when you do not have focus. You work hard every single day. You feel busy from morning until night. Yet when you look back at your week, you feel like you achieved nothing. You are simply running on a treadmill. You are burning energy, but you are staying in the exact same spot. A person without focus wakes up every morning and immediately reacts to the world. They do not control their day. The day controls them. The very first thing they do is reach for their phone. They scroll through social media. They read stressful news. They look at what other people are doing and start comparing themselves. They worry about small, useless things. They start one task at work, but then they get an email and jump to something else. Then they remember another chore and leave the first task half done. By the end of the day, they have 10 different things started, but not a single one is finished. They feel completely drained, but they do not feel satisfied. They feel like they are constantly putting out fires instead of building a life. But a focused person behaves in a completely different way. They do not have a perfect life, and they do not know everything. But they have a clear target. They know exactly what they are trying to build. They know what they must practice today. More importantly, they know what they must avoid. They do not let every small distraction steal their mental energy. Focus acts like a compass. When you have a compass, you do not get lost in the woods. You might walk slowly, but you are always moving toward your destination. When you have a target, your brain changes. You stop asking yourself, "What should I do now?" over and over again. You do not waste time in confusion. Instead, you ask a much better question. What is the next right step? This simple question can change your entire day. It cuts through the noise. It forces you to look at the present moment and take action. Let us use a simple example. Suppose your goal is to speak English fluently. If you do not have focus, you will spend months just wishing for it. You will say, "I really want to improve my English," but you will do absolutely nothing about it. You might buy books or download apps, but they will just sit there collecting dust. You will feel overwhelmed by how much you have to learn. But if you have focus, you do not worry about the whole language at once. You make a small, clear plan. You say to yourself, "Today I will practice speaking out loud for 10 minutes." And then you actually do it. You put your phone away, you sit down, you speak for 10 minutes. That is the massive difference. Focus turns a giant, scary dream into a simple daily action. Many people fail because they try to change everything at the same time. They want to learn a new language, start a business, go to the gym daily, eat perfectly, and read a book a week. They try to do all of this starting on Monday. This is a huge mistake. Your brain cannot handle that much pressure. When you overload your mind, your actions become weak. You end up doing nothing at all. You do not need to fix your entire life in one single week. You just need to choose one important direction and take one small step every day. If you want true success, you must focus on one goal deeply. If you want confidence, you must focus on one daily habit. If you want fluency, you must focus on daily practice. Your direction becomes strong only when your focus becomes strong. Here is a very simple way to build this direction. Every morning before you touch your phone, ask yourself this one question. What is the single most important thing I must do today to get closer to my goal? Do not write down a list of 20 things. Just choose one thing, because one focused action repeated every day creates an unstoppable wave of change over time. One page read every day eventually becomes a complete book. One short workout every day eventually builds a healthy body. One focused speaking practice every day eventually leads to fluent speech. Never underestimate the power of taking one single focused step. Your life does not change because you sit around thinking about success. Your life changes when you give your full focus to the right action, day after day after day. Focus gives you direction. Direction gives you clarity. Clarity leads to action, and action always brings results. When you know exactly where you are going, you stop wasting your life on roads that lead nowhere. Lesson 2. Focus protects your energy and makes you powerful. Let us talk about your energy. Every single morning, you wake up with a full battery. Your mind has a limited amount of fuel. Your body has a set amount of strength. Your time on this earth is limited. If you throw your energy at everything, you will have nothing left for your dreams. This is where focus acts as a shield. It keeps your mental battery from draining. Many people feel exhausted at the end of the day. They think they worked too hard. But that is not the truth. They are tired because their attention was broken into 1,000 pieces. Think about how you use your mind. Your attention jumps from one screen to another. You look at a phone notification. You check social media. You listen to other people gossip. You worry about opinions. You compare your life to strangers on the internet. You watch random videos. You have pointless conversations. Every single one of these things steals a little bit of your fuel. You might think a quick peek at your phone only takes 2 minutes. But those 2 minutes destroy your concentration. Your brain takes a long time to get back on track. You might spend hours worrying about what someone said to you. That single negative thought ruins your peace for the whole afternoon. This is how you waste your life force. A scattered mind is like a normal light bulb. A focused mind is like a powerful laser. A light bulb spreads its light everywhere. It fills the room, but it is weak. It cannot cut through anything. But a laser is different. A laser is light concentrated into one tiny spot. Because of that focus, a laser can cut through solid metal. Your mind works in the exact same way. When your attention is spread thin, your actions are weak. You make mistakes. You learn slowly. You feel overwhelmed. But when you concentrate your mind, you become a force. You understand things faster. You speak with clarity. You make better decisions. You build things that last. Focus makes your energy go deep. Imagine you try to study for 2 hours, but during those 2 hours, you keep checking your phone. You reply to texts. You watch short clips. You think about what to eat later. At the end of 2 hours, you feel like you studied, but your brain did not actually absorb the information. Your progress is almost zero. Now imagine a different scenario. You sit down for just 20 minutes. You put your phone in another room. You turn off the internet. You have 0 distractions. You give your full mind to the task. Those 20 minutes will be far more powerful than 2 hours of distracted work. This is the big secret. Focused time is always stronger than long hours. People always complain that they do not have enough time, but time is not the real issue. The real issue is attention. You do not need 5 hours of study every day to change your life. You just need 20 minutes of honest focus. You need moments where your mind is fully present. When you work, just work. When you study, just study. When you practice, just practice. Do not let your mind drift away. Your future needs your full presence. To build this power, you can use a simple tool. Create a daily focus block. Choose a block of 25 minutes. Give that time to your most important task. Put your phone away. Close all other tabs on your computer. Sit in a quiet space. Tell yourself that for the next 25 minutes, nothing else exists. At first, your brain will resist. It will scream for excitement. It will tell you to check your messages. It will tell you that you are bored. It will tell you to do this tomorrow. But you must not listen. Bring your mind back to the task. Focus is not a magical gift. It is a muscle. Every time you pull your mind back, you make that muscle stronger. Every time you say no to a distraction, you build self-control. When you finish a focused block, you feel a sense of victory. You realize you are in charge of your own life. You start to respect yourself. You are no longer just dreaming, you are actually building. Stop giving your best energy to useless things. Do not waste your morning power on social media. Do not waste your thoughts on comparison. Do not waste your emotions on people who do not care about your growth. Give your energy to your goals. Give it to your learning. Give it to the person you want to become. Where your focus goes, your life grows. A distracted mind is always tired. A focused mind is unstoppable. Lesson 3. Focus builds discipline and self-control. Let us look at how focus and discipline work together. You cannot build true discipline without focus. You cannot keep your focus without discipline. They are like two sides of the same coin. Focus tells your mind where to look. Discipline keeps your feet moving on that path. Many people think discipline is a punishment. They think it means living a cold, boring life with no fun. But that is a complete lie. True discipline is actually the highest form of self-love. It means you care enough about your future to say no to temporary pleasures today. It means keeping the promises you make to yourself. It means choosing your long-term goals over your short-term feelings. Every single day, your brain will try to offer you easy excuses. It is designed to keep you safe and comfortable. When you sit down to do something hard, your brain will start to whisper. It will tell you that you are too tired. It will tell you that you can easily start tomorrow. It will tell you that checking your phone for just 5 minutes is fine. It will tell you that you deserve a break. If you do not have focus, you will believe these whispers. You will pick up your phone. You will turn on the television. You will put off your work until tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, you will repeat the exact same cycle. This is where focus becomes your ultimate weapon. Focus gives you the power to see these excuses clearly. When your brain says, "Let us rest," focus says, "No, we have a job to do." Focus acts like a guard at the door of your mind. It keeps out the lazy thoughts. It stops you from acting on every single feeling. It allows you to pause and look at your choices. Think about a very common situation. You decide to read a book to improve your mind. You sit down in a chair and open the first page. Within 2 minutes, your hand starts to move toward your phone. You do not even think about it. It is an automatic habit. Your brain wants a quick dose of excitement. If you lack focus, you will grab the phone and spend the next hour scrolling. But if you have focus, you notice your hand moving. You catch yourself in the act. You stop your hand. You put the phone back on the table. You look back at the book and read the next sentence. That small moment is a massive victory. That is where self-control is born. Self-control is never built in giant, dramatic moments. It is not built on a stage under bright lights. It is built in the quiet, boring moments of your daily life. It is built when you are completely alone in your room. It is built when you choose to practice speaking English for 10 minutes instead of watching a silly video. It is built when you choose to go for a walk instead of eating a piece of cake. It is built when you finish the task you started, even when you feel like quitting. Every time you make a disciplined choice, you make your mind stronger. You train your brain to obey you, not your lazy impulses. Most people lose their way because they cannot control their own attention. They know exactly what they need to do. They know they need to study. They know they need to exercise. They know they need to work on their dreams. But they constantly choose comfort. They live their lives reacting to every single feeling. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel bored, they quit. If they feel nervous, they run away. But feelings are not facts. Feelings are temporary. They change every hour. If you only work when you are in the perfect mood, you will never achieve anything great. you will always be weak. Focus teaches you to ignore your mood. It teaches you to look past your current feelings. When you sit down to practice, you do not ask yourself if you feel like it. You just do the work. You do not need perfect motivation to start. You only need to take the next physical step. If you want to write, you write one sentence. If you want to speak, you say one word. If you want to run, you put on your shoes. Action always comes before motivation. Every time you choose your goal over your excuses, you build self-respect. You start to trust yourself. You realize that you are the boss of your own life. You are no longer a slave to your phone or your lazy thoughts. This creates a deep, quiet confidence inside you. You stop worrying about what other people think. You stop comparing your progress to others. You focus entirely on your own path. Your mind becomes calm and steady. If you continue to give your attention to distractions, those distractions will rule your life. They will become stronger than your dreams. But if you give your attention to your goals will become unstoppable. Do not wait for life to become easy. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Train your focus today while things are difficult. Start with one small, disciplined choice. Put your phone in another room. Sit down for 10 minutes. Do the work. Keep your promise to yourself. You will be amazed at how strong you can become. Focus builds discipline. Discipline builds self-control. Self-control builds your character, and your character decides your entire future. Lesson 4. Focus makes small actions powerful. We live in a world that loves giant leaps. We see stories of people who became successful overnight. We watch videos of people who changed their entire lives in 30 days. We think that progress requires some massive, dramatic moment. We wait for a lucky break. We wait for a golden opportunity to land in our lap. We believe that if we cannot do something big, we should not do anything at all. This mindset is a dangerous trap. It keeps you waiting forever. It makes you feel like your daily efforts are too small to matter. But the truth is very different. Real change does not come from one giant leap. It comes from tiny, quiet actions repeated with absolute focus. Think about a single drop of water. If you drop it on your hand, it does not hurt. It feels like nothing. It has no power. But imagine that same drop of water falling on a hard rock. It falls on the exact same spot, second after second, day after day, year after year. What happens to that hard rock? The water eventually cuts a hole straight through it. The rock is strong, but the focused repetition of the water is stronger. The water does not try to break the rock in one day. It just keeps showing up. It keeps hitting the same spot with quiet persistence. Your daily actions work the exact same way. A small habit might look useless today. If you practice speaking English for just 5 minutes, you will not wake up fluent tomorrow. If you read 2 pages of a book, you will not become wise by the evening. If you do 10 push-ups, you will not see a new body in the mirror. Your brain will tell you to stop. It will say, "Why bother? This is not doing anything." But if you do those small things with full focus every single day, something incredible starts to happen. After 1 month, those 5 minutes of speaking have built a new habit. Your mouth muscles feel more comfortable with the words. Your fear of making mistakes starts to shrink. After 6 months, those 2 pages of reading have turned into several books. Your vocabulary is wider, your thinking is sharper. Your mind is full of new ideas. After a year, those tiny daily steps have combined to create a completely new version of you. This is the hidden magic of focus. It takes the ordinary and makes it extraordinary. But there is a catch. The action itself is not enough. You must put your full attention inside the action. Many people do small things, but they do them with a divided mind. They read a book, but they are checking their phone every 30 seconds. They practice speaking, but they are thinking about their worries. They listen to a lesson, but they are looking at social media. This is half focus, and half focus only gives you half results, or no results at all. It is a waste of your time. If you are going to practice for 5 minutes, then give those 5 minutes your entire soul. Turn off the television, put your phone in a drawer, close your eyes to the outside world. Listen to every sound you make. Notice your pronunciation. Correct your mistakes with patience. Be fully present in that tiny window of time. When you bring deep focus to a small action, you multiply its power. You make those 5 minutes worth more than an hour of distracted work. This approach also saves you from feeling overwhelmed. When you look at a massive goal, like starting a business or speaking a new language perfectly, your brain gets scared. The goal feels too big. It feels like a mountain you cannot climb. So, you delay. You make excuses. You do nothing. But when you break that mountain down into tiny stones, the fear disappears. Your brain does not get scared of reading 2 pages. It does not get scared of writing 1 sentence. It does not get scared of practicing for 5 minutes. So, do not look for a perfect day to start. Do not wait until you have 5 free hours. That day will never come. Start with the tiny pockets of time you have right now. Use your morning commute. Use your lunch break. Use the 10 minutes before you go to sleep. Do one small thing, but do it with absolute focus. Choose to write down your main goal every morning. Choose to learn 3 new words today. Choose to speak out loud for a moment. These actions are small, but they are building a bridge to your future. Do not disrespect the small steps. A small step taken with focus is always better than a giant plan that never happens. A tiny practice with discipline is always better than a massive dream with no action. Your future is not decided by the big choices you make once a year. It is decided by the small, focused steps you repeat every single day. Lesson 5. Focus defeats overthinking, fear, and doubt. Let us look at the greatest dream killer in the modern world. It is not failure. It is not a lack of resources. It is the habit of overthinking. Many people lose the battle of life before they even step onto the field. They do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they think too much and act too little. They spend hours, days, and even years imagining problems that do not exist. They create perfect scenarios of disaster in their heads. They worry about mistakes they have not made yet. They ask themselves, "What if I fail?" instead of asking, "What can I do right now?" This is a mental trap. It paralyzes you. It keeps you frozen in place. But focus has the power to break this trap. Focus drags your mind out of the future and forces it into the present. When your mind is not focused, it becomes a playground for fear. An unfocused mind is like an empty house. Any random negative thought can walk right in and take over. You start to hear the whispers of doubt. The voice in your head starts asking scary questions. What if people laugh at my accent? What if I am too old to learn something new? What if I look foolish in front of my friends? What if I invest my time and get nothing in return? What if I am simply not good enough? These thoughts are like ghosts. They are not real. They are made of nothing but air and imagination, yet they feel incredibly heavy. They drain your energy before you even lift a finger. They make small, simple steps feel like climbing Mount Everest. This is the danger of a wandering mind. It builds walls out of thin air. But a focused mind is different. A focused mind does not have space for ghosts. When you are fully concentrated on a task, fear has no room to breathe. Focus gives you a shield. It tells your brain we do not have time to worry about the future right now. We have a job to do. A focused person knows a great truth. You do not need to solve your entire life today. You do not need to figure out your 10-year plan this afternoon. That is a massive relief. You only need to focus on the next right step. You only need to handle the next 10 minutes. Overthinking is obsessed with the big picture. It wants to know how everything will end before it even begins. It asks, how will I become fluent? Or how will I build a business? It gets overwhelmed by the scale of the journey. Focus, however, asks a much simpler question. What is the next physical action? This single question has the power to save your life. It takes away the weight of the future. If you want to write a book, do not worry about the whole story. Just focus on the next sentence. If you want to get fit, do not worry about the months of workouts. Just focus on the next step. If you want to speak English, do not worry about perfect grammar. Just focus on saying one sentence out loud. Let us think about a person who wants to speak English fluently. If they let their mind wander, they will start overthinking. They will think about their weak grammar. They will worry about their pronunciation. They will imagine people judging them at work or school. They will tell themselves that they started too late in life. This overthinking acts like cement on their feet. They will never open their mouth. They will stay silent forever. But if they use the power of focus, they change the game. They tell themselves, today I am not trying to be perfect. Today I am just going to read one paragraph out loud. I will listen to one podcast for 5 minutes. I will write down 3 new words. Suddenly, the fear loses its grip. The mind has a job to do. The hands are busy. The voice is active. The ghosts of doubt disappear because action has taken their place. You must understand that action is the only true cure for fear. You cannot think your way out of fear. You cannot sit in a chair and analyze your doubts until they go away. That only makes them stronger. The more you look at a monster, the bigger it grows. You must move. You must take action. When you take focused action, you send a powerful message to your brain. You prove to yourself that you are capable. You show your mind that you can move forward even when you feel nervous. Confidence is not a magical feeling that falls from the sky. It is not something you are born with. Confidence is a byproduct. It is the result of keeping promises to yourself. When you say you will practice for 10 minutes and you actually do it, your self-respect grows. When you say you will read 1 page and you finish it, your mind starts to trust you. Every small focused action is a vote for the person you want to become. Over time, these small votes add up. They build an unshakable belief in your own abilities. A focused person does not wait for fear to disappear. They know that fear is a natural part of growth. If you are doing something new, you will feel uncomfortable. That is a sign that you are stretching your limits. It is not a stop sign. It is just a sign that this task matters to you. If you feel afraid to speak, speak anyway. If you feel afraid to fail, take the step anyway. The first time you try, you might shake, your voice might tremble. You might make 10 mistakes in 1 minute. That is perfectly fine. The second time, it will be a little easier. The third time, you will feel calmer. By the 100th time, it will feel like second nature. This is how you defeat fear. You do not fight it with thoughts. You drown it with focused repetition. Focus also protects you from the noise of the outside world. We live in a noisy society. Everyone has an opinion about how you should live your life. People will criticize you. They will laugh at your mistakes. They will tell you that your goals are too big. They will compare your progress to others. If your mind is scattered, you will listen to all of them. You will let their words steal your peace. You will stop trying because you want to avoid their judgment. But when your focus is strong, you wear mental earplugs. You do not care about the noise. You do not waste your energy trying to prove yourself to critics. You do not spend your nights comparing your life to strangers on social media. You focus on your own lane. You focus on your own growth. You understand that your future is built by your own hands, not by their opinions. This is what true maturity looks like. It is the moment you stop reacting to every distraction and start responding to your purpose. It is the moment you choose action over overthinking. It is the moment you choose discipline over fear. Whenever your mind starts to run wild with worries, do not panic. Do not argue with your thoughts. Do not sit there waiting for the perfect confidence. Just bring your attention back to the present. Ask yourself, what is the next right action? Then do it. Do it badly if you must, but do it. Do it while you are nervous, but do it. Every focused action makes you stronger. Every focused step takes you closer to the life you want to build. Lesson 6. Focus turns dreams into reality. Think about the plans you make in secret. We all have a vision of the perfect future. Some people want to build a successful business. Some people want to speak English with absolute confidence. Others dream of a healthier body, a better job, or a peaceful life for their family. Having a dream is a beautiful thing. It gives you a spark of hope. But we must be honest. A dream by itself is completely free. It costs nothing to sit on your couch and imagine a better life. Anyone can do it. The real tragedy is that a dream without focus is just a fantasy. It is nothing more than a wish that slowly turns into regret. When you do not bring focus to your dreams, they stay locked inside your head. You might talk about your big plans to your friends. You might write them down in a notebook on New Year's Eve. But if your daily habits do not change, your life will not change either. You will wake up next year in the exact same spot. You will have the same worries, the same excuses, and the same regrets. Focus is the bridge that connects your mind to the physical world. It takes a wild idea and turns it into a clear plan. It takes that plan and breaks it down into daily actions. It takes those actions and turns them into real, visible progress. Without this bridge, your goals are just clouds in the sky. They look nice, but you cannot touch them. Look at how most people live their lives. They say they want to change, but they continue to do the exact same things every single day. They wake up late. They grab their phone. They waste their best hours scrolling through silly videos. They complain about their job. They blame their lack of time. They expect their life to magically improve on its own. This is a massive delusion. Your life will never change just because you want it to change. Your life only changes when your daily focus changes. If you give your attention to comfort, your life will stay comfortable and stagnant. If you focus on your excuses, your goals will stay far away. If you focus on distractions, your mind will stay weak. But if you focus on growth, your skills will grow. If you focus on daily practice, your confidence will grow. You must protect your attention like it is the most valuable thing you own. Where your focus goes, your life energy goes. A focused person understands this truth deeply. They know that a small action today shapes their destiny tomorrow. Imagine practicing your English speaking every single day. You might not see any change tomorrow. You might not see any change next week, but behind the scenes, your brain is rewiring itself. Your tongue is getting used to the sounds. Your fear is melting away. One day, people will hear you speak. They will say you are talented. They will think you got lucky. But they did not see the quiet hours of practice. They did not see the days you were tired, but still showed up. They did not see the moments you wanted to quit, but chose to take one more step. This is the quiet power of focus. It builds your success in secret before the world notices it in public. Most people want the prize, but they do not want the struggle. They want the applause, but they hate the empty practice room. They want the perfect body, but they hate the sweat. They want the fluent speech, but they hate the awkward mistakes. Real growth is always built in silence. You improve when nobody is watching you. You build your future when nobody is cheering for you. This is why you must stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a terrible friend. It shows up when you feel good, and it deserts you when things get hard. You cannot build a life on a feeling that changes with the weather. You need focus. You need the commitment to show up even when the excitement is gone. If you have a dream, stop talking about it. Stop posting about it on social media. Just focus on it. Put your goals on paper. Break them into tiny daily steps. Choose one thing you can do right now. Remove one distraction that is eating your time. Make a promise to yourself and keep it. If you want fluent English, do not just wish for it. Focus on speaking out loud for 10 minutes today. Focus on listening to a podcast. Focus on repeating simple sentences. If you want success, focus on mastering your skills. Focus on managing your time. Focus on finishing the tasks you start. If you want confidence, focus on taking action. Speak up when you feel nervous. Try when you feel unsure. Stand up after you make a mistake. Your dream becomes real when your focus becomes a daily habit. You do not need to feel ready to start. Nobody ever feels fully ready. Start with what you have. Start from where you are. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 1 page. Start with 1 sentence. A tiny seed has the power to become a massive tree, but it needs water and sunlight every single day. Your focus is the water. Your discipline is the sunlight. If you stop caring for the seed, it will die in the dirt. Do not be the person who gets excited for 2 days and then quits. Be the person who stays in the game when the novelty wears off. Be the person who keeps moving when the progress is slow. Focus is not just about paying attention. Focus is a quiet promise to yourself. It means saying this goal matters to me and I will not give up on it. When you make that promise, your whole world begins to shift. Your habits change. Your mind becomes sharp. Your identity transforms. You are no longer just a dreamer. You are a builder. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Every single day, the world is trying to steal it from you. Companies spend billions of dollars just to get your eyes on a screen. People want your time. Social media wants your reactions. Useless drama wants your emotional energy. If you give your focus away to everyone who asks for it, you will have nothing left for yourself. You will become a passive viewer in your own life. You will watch others build their dreams while yours fade away. It is time to stop giving your power away. It is time to reclaim your mind. Every morning is a fresh battle for your thoughts. You wake up with a clean slate, but within minutes, the noise of the world tries to crowd in. You must build a wall around your focus. You must protect your mental strength like a treasure. Do not let the opinions of strangers dictate your mood. Do not let random notifications set your agenda for the day. You are the author of your own story, and your focus is the pen. Write a story of discipline, strength, and growth. Remember the golden rule: whatever gets your focus gets your energy, and whatever gets your energy will grow. If you focus on your fears, they will paralyze you. If you focus on your excuses, they will keep you stuck. But if you focus on your goals, they will become your reality. If you focus on your daily habits, your character will transform. You do not need to change your entire life in a single day. That is too much pressure. Just focus on the very next step. When your mind drifts, gently bring it back. When you feel distracted, return to your task. When you make a mistake, forgive yourself and start again. Your future is not waiting for some perfect moment. It is being built right now by the choices you make today. Choose clarity over confusion. Choose action over overthinking. Choose discipline over temporary comfort. Bring your full presence to everything you do. Speak your sentences with intention. Read your pages with attention. Do your work with pride. You have the power to shape your own destiny. It all starts with where you choose to look. Protect your focus, build your habits, and watch your life change. The path is clear, and the choice is yours.